Javier, we're here on the CORREA stand and yet more new innovation from you. What have we got here? Tell us about it.
Well, this is a real, a unique thing we have developed, and we are presenting here at the EMO in Milano. And this is a detachable boring bar, which is a unique thing because you cannot find it in the market. In fact, we are it's patent pending now.
Okay,
the whole system.
So often what you'd do is you'd either buy a machine for boring or buy a machine for milling if you wanted those operations to the best of their abilities, wouldn't you? But what we're suggesting now is you can buy one machine where you can still achieve that because of this, yeah?
Exactly. Traditionally, normally you buy a boring machine or you buy a milling machine because the parts are getting more and more complex. You have to buy a boring machine but with milling capabilities, or you have to buy a milling machine with boring capabilities. The problem is always the same. You couldn't get a good boring and a good milling to its full extent, because normally you buy a boring machine and then you attach all the milling heads into your boring bar. And as a consequence of that, you have some limitations and some problems. Now we try to solve it out.
So what would those problems be? The fact that you need higher speeds when you're milling than you do when you're boring? The fact you might need more torque? Are those the problems that you need to address?
Yeah, exactly. When you are buying a boring machine, normally it's because you need the flexibility of the boring bar, but also it's because you need a higher power and torque. But at the same time, when you need to mill with a milling head, you need higher RPM because sometimes you need smaller tools, high-fit tools, all kind of tools. In a normal boring machine, everything is go through the boring bar rotation. So when you attach a head in here, you move the bar inside, you attach the head, so the rotation of the milling head is done through the bar. As a consequence, the more you increase the rotation of the bar, because you need this RPM on the head, more problems you have on the bar for the stiffness, accuracy because of the heat generated, and basically reliability of the system.
Yeah.
So what the boring machine manufacturers are doing, normally they try to go to the maximum RPM, which normally is never more than 4,000.
That's quite restricting then if you want to do milling, isn't it? If you want to do higher speed milling.
Yeah, mainly when you are talking about big boring bars, because a boring bar like this with 180 millimeters of diameter or 200, you need a high power and torque. So in this huge bar, if you go to 4,000 RPM or even 3,000 RPM, the heat generated is huge. And as a consequence, you need to remove the bearings. You can use all the bearings you would like to use for the maximum stiffness. So then at the end of the day, you are reducing the boring capabilities and you are reducing your milling capabilities because you don't have 6,000 or 7,000 RPM.
So you've developed this, like you do a lot of products which are unique to CORREA. How does it work then? So it just simply attaches to the machine. What's the mechanisms that make it go together?
So the solution is simple, but obviously to do this, we had to think out of the box. We were thinking about how to solve the boring and milling problem from the beginning, from zero. But the mechanism is very simple. This is a boring bar which is completely detachable. So we detach the complete boring bar mechanism out of the RAM of the machine, like if it was a milling head. In fact, we storage the boring bar in our head magazine. Because we remove completely the system, now we don't have the limitations of the boring bar rotation because the head is rotating directly with our spindle and the boring bar is rotating directly with the bar. As a consequence, our heads can rotate up to 6,000 RPM because our spindle motor can provide 6,000, and the boring bar can provide the 90 kilowatts and the high torque with no limitation on the bearings and in the construction, because here now we don't need to rotate to 4,000. We can rotate up to 1,500 or 2,000. So then we don't have the heat generated, so we can use the maximum number of bearings and increase the stiffness to its maximum to warranty the 90 kilowatts.
So what this means now is you've got a machine that is either a true boring machine or a true milling machine, and you're just changing this to go from one to the other.
Exactly. So now we have a very strong structure in which you can use all the milling heads to its full extent, 6,000 RPM, all the flexibility of the heads, and you can use the maximum power and torque of the boring bar, having all the features of the normal boring bar, the linear travel, and also the maximum stiffness. So now you have a real boring machine and a real milling combined in a one single machine.
Is there a possibility that some manufacturers will buy two machines because they want a milling machine and they want a boring machine, when now they may not have to do that because they can do both operations on one machine, therefore saving them buying that additional capacity which they may not need?
It could happen, but in big machines, normally what happens is that you need to buy a boring machine with a quite restrictive milling capabilities, and you are buying a boring with milling capabilities with sacrificing also the reliability of the whole system. So let's say that maybe you don't need to buy two machines, but you are going to sacrifice the milling capabilities and the reliability of the system, which is the key part of paying back the investment of such a big machine.